Got a body for a time, baby. Bang. Bang. 10 toes down. I got shows and verses. I'ma bring them to your town. For the right fucking amount. You can hit me right now. Ay, 54 show. And 24-12. I'm a loose screw, I ain't no nail. Walk up in the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, listeners around the world, welcome to episode 6 of the 10 Toes Down podcast as we transition from week 6 to week 7 of the NFL season, where we are definitely one of the sports podcasts of all time. Here with our most scuffed episode to date, 3-man pod, one person's camera isn't working, Jake's on a flight, John's doing laundry, I don't know. The Bills are one of the coldest teams in the NFL right now. I'm Brandon Crone, joined here with Torrin Roth, Nate Harrington. Fellas, how are you doing on this beautiful Tuesday night that we have to film instead of our normal Wednesday? So even more reason why this is a scuffed episode.
It's 10:39 and we just started. So I feel great. We're filming it today because tomorrow night we get to watch this team. If you're on YouTube watching this,
The Jets
I'm wearing a
of the
Sabres
NHL.
hoodie right now. We, all of us in the podcast, minus Jake because he's in Boston, and then my brother and another guy are going to a Sabres game tomorrow night. Hopefully they win. Currently they're 0-3. We're in October. I know this is a football podcast, but people are saying like that our season's over already.
It was over before it started.
The season doesn't end till I think mid-April. So we got a bit of this, but yeah, that's how my night's going. How about you, Nate?
Oh, I'm just enjoying scrolling through Twitter right now between everybody ranting about the Sabres and Bills. Actually, here's one. 1 day ago, new episode from the Sabres report, Nightmares start, and the thing is a picture of Alex Tuck, and it's episode 137. I'm probably going to tune into that, but I'm sorry that they've had to make 137 episodes of pure misery.
The Sabres.
One more thing. Happy birthday, Brandon.
Thank you. I'm 20 years old. I'm unk.
Unk.
I don't look, especially when I go babyface, I look 16, but I am a grown adult. The Sabres, like, the season ended. Now, I'm a hockey casual.
So the season is over.
I'm a hockey casual, but I feel like this season has been over since, like, last season. I don't know. I feel like the future seasons have ended since we had to, like, send Devin Levi back down for development. Am I far off for saying that? No, I don't know hockey a lot.
No.
He's been
not really.
I feel like when we called him up and then had to send him back down, I feel like that's when like it cooked us for years. I feel like.
Before we get into the games and probably more than likely those games, can I just read this Bills cycle that I just found?
Go ahead.
It says it says this is the year, goes to hot start to the season, goes to injury/coaching lead to mid-season struggles, rebound, gain momentum into playoffs, tragic playoff loss to probably the Chiefs. And this one says ESPN has all the right tools, draft pick is an A+, slightly negative stigma about Josh Allen in the media, rallies Bills Mafia together against a new enemy, convince ourselves that the newly signed average vet/past prime big name is a missing piece, buy into every bullshit Kyle Brandt hype video, this is the year, back into hard start to start this.
Let's just get right into it. Let's stop beating around the bush.
It's not wrong. It's
Bills,
not wrong.
Falcons, the Buffalo Bills get embarrassed on prime time again, second week in a row.
I just saw someone say Keon Coleman is Kelvin Benjamin.
We have so many things to talk about with this
fantasy season.
And I want to start off. Do you guys believe that every pick of the 2024 draft was a miss? Because I think it's time for a conversation.
That safety's pretty good.
Cole Bishop is one of the worst people that I've seen on a round 2 pick put on a Bills uniform in my lifetime of like watching the Buffalo Bills. We drafted this guy for upside. We drafted him because he went to school with Dalton Kincaid and we thought he'd be a good Buffalo chemistry guy. It's like the fans are going to love this one because we're all dumb. It's time to have some uncomfortable conversations about Keon Coleman though as well. He's just I mean,
oh my
we're
God,
not
what is
using him
going on?
now.
He's ruining my fantasy season.
We're not using him. We need to put him in the slot, in my opinion. He can't create separation on the boundary. The scouts that said he's going to struggle with creating separation were right. We need to put him in the slot and see what he can do there, or else another team will, and he'll look good and will look like bad again. Because right now, Stephon Diggs in the current NFL clears Keon Coleman. And I don't
100%.
know. I don't know. I was very down last week. I'm still obviously very down, but I'm also not going to panic because we've had back-to-back losses in every season since 2017. So every season in the McDermott era, we've had back-to-back of these ugly losses. But this one was one that, even though the Falcons in the second half tried to hand us the game by scoring, I believe, 3 points in the second half.
And Michael Penix trying to throw interceptions left and right.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we still just they tried giving us the game. We didn't deserve to win at any point. I'm glad that we didn't stat pad at the end. I'm that pick from Josh at the end that got tipped and it was very deserved. We did not deserve to score more points there. We deserved to lose by like probably 20. And I just want to know where you guys thoughts where you guys think the Bills stand in the current state of the NFL, because I don't, outside of like a couple teams, I don't know who's good and who's bad. And my main
In a weird
team
year.
like that is the Bills. I don't know if we're
It
good or
has been a
bad.
weird
I'm
year.
leaning towards bad, but I'm not sure.
Nate, I'll let you start. Because you typically go on about this.
I don't know. I think the hard part with the Bills right now is all the injuries, and that usually stems on the defensive side of the football. I mean, we obviously have not played the best defensively at all since going back to week 1, and I think there needs to be a shakeup, whether, I mean, you go extreme and fire McDermott or you just get rid of Bobby Babich. I think it's time to make a change. And offensively, I mean, we're coming off of 2 of the worst called games by Joe Brady. And I mean, yesterday's game, I would even go as far to say Josh Allen didn't even look like himself. Our offensive line was getting absolutely destroyed by Jeff Ulbricht's defense. It was all around a terrible game. I don't think it's absurd to say the offense will we got a bye week. We're good out and after the bye week. So I think the offense can definitely bounce back, but I'm really concerned about the defense. Our middle linebackers of Terrell Bernard and Matt Milano consistently have either season lingering injuries that go on and off or just season ending injuries, and they're just not there in the playoffs. Christian Bedford got paid and has looked absolutely terrible this year. We have to watch Cole Bishop, Taylor Rapp, who's a ghost of himself from last year, and Tre'Davious White start on this football team. And really the only bright spot I see is Ed Oliver and Deion Walker. Otherwise, I just don't care until the offense gets on the field. But I will also ask you guys, I mean, I think another interesting thing is where is Ray Davis? Where is Ray Davis?
Well, he
just
finally did something
vanished
last
to?
night, so this is probably the worst week to ask that. But yeah, I mean, we're very reliant on James Cook now because we want to use him as like a really dominant number one. I understand that, but then also even he couldn't really get going last night. When he did, we just kind of would stop using him after because we're like, oh, Josh, and really bad play calling. And I'm done. I'm done with Joe Brady. He should go have fun in Tennessee or Cincinnati if you want to reunite that LSU group and win 5 games next year. Go ahead. We're good. Hey Joe Brady. We're good.
Oh God, he's quoting Ben.
Brian
Simmons
Dable's
quote.
coming back.
Hell no.
We're good. I wish. Never, but I wish.
Dude, you know what?
Daboll's a
I
great
gotta ask you guys. What did you think about the Josh Allen flip pass on 4th down?
That was
Okay,
ridiculous.
listen, that was so stupid. Like, he's wide open. All you gotta do is just tap it. You gotta tap it to him.
Our QB has CTE.
You gotta shuffle it to him.
He has CTE. It's
He honestly
just,
might.
He-
Like, some of those.
he looked-
I get the play calls weren't great, but some of those are like bonehead mistakes.
he has CTE, bro.
Josh Allen looked like how he did against the Houston Texans in the wild card game. That's how I would think about it. I mean, he just looked all over the place, and then you got some of the flashes, but I mean, man, outside of the first drive to start the game and the first drive coming out the half, the offense just, I mean, what are we doing? fake the tush push, jet sweep, fumble the handoff. I mean, we did the same thing damn near last
5
week. Did we
yards.
not learn? Did we not learn? We're punting the ball back to a red hot offense that we couldn't stop to save our lives. Like, I don't know, man. My dad's been talking about it because mainly based off the Sunday night football game and the Detroit Lions in general. But I'm gonna ask you guys, do you think we should just at a certain point, do we just play four down football? I mean, I understand certain times you got to play the field positioning, but when you get to a certain point on the field, should the Bills just go for it? Do we have a better shot at just going for it?
There were multiple times last night that I was so pissed at McDermott for punting. We would be like, it would be like 4th and 3. We're down multiple scores just behind the 50, and we punted. I think there were 2 different occurrences where I just did not agree at all. And then the only time we did go for it, notably in a situation like that, we saw the flip pass. We need to know. We need to trust ourselves that we're a good enough team to get those 4th downs. Like we need to do,
I mean,
we need the approach like Detroit has with the going for it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, we need
I'm pretty
McDermott to throw
sure.
some balls on the field, man. Because
I'm pretty sure our 4th down conversion rate, either last year or this year, is like over 65%. I just don't get why you wouldn't use that more.
we make timely plays as a team, especially when like Josh Allen makes timely plays. I know last night wasn't a good example. Josh Allen makes timely plays. I could come on here. I'm surprisingly calm about yesterday's game. My thoughts initially were, how am I going to film a pod tomorrow? Because like I was pissed, but then I've had a day to really reflect, and we have a bye week to reset, and for those boys to get worked in practice for the next 2 weeks because they're about to get their asses kicked. But
hopefully,
I'm
get a little
optimistic.
healthier.
We've never lost after the bye. I know
And we play the Panthers.
Rico Dowdle's going to run for 250 on us. It is what it is. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. We'll talk about him later. But, McDermott's undefeated after the bye. It's the perfect week to bounce back. Carolina's a hot team. You cool them off a little bit. Unless they lose to the Jets this week. But
I think, though, if you look at some of the few bright spots, I mean, the second half defense looked great, man. I mean, they gave the offense multiple times to try and, go down and tie the game and potentially just, try and swing this game. But this team, from what we've seen so far, is clearly the dominant force of the defense is the defensive line. When they're all clicking, I mean, they're almost borderline unstoppable. It sucks that we wasted the best Joey Bosa, pass rush of the night because of a miscommunication.
Trey White.
Miscommunication in the secondary, yeah.
and the stupid
But I mean, like,
call back on the offsides and the fumble on the first play of the game.
Okay. Listen, I was talking to my parents about this. That fucking offside by Greg on the first play of the game set off the momentum for the entire game. If you get that fumble, right, automatically, offense has momentum. Bijan,
Well,
Bijan's in his own head, man. Doesn't shit on us.
They won't give him the ball for a bit. And you know that when they do, it's going to be for like a rush of 3 yards. Like, as soon as they got that ball back, oh my God, he was on.
I think what the Falcons exposed, though, is like the Sean McDermott soft shell, like zone coverage against certain teams just doesn't work. I mean, against a guy like Drake London, you got to get up in his chest and you got to play physical man coverage. I mean, like, that's what we needed to do last night. They were picking our zone defense apart, and then when they weren't doing that, they were just running the ball all over us. It was ugly. It was extremely ugly.
It's Bobby Babbage too. He just isn't really good. He's not very good.
Mhm.
And he was,
It's frustrating seeing, the Bills are supposed to have this really talented defensive head coach and always have a top 5 sort of top whatever defense, but then it's like you look at it, it's like they suck, dude. I mean, they can't come up in the big time at the end of the day, and it's always in the playoffs to a guy like Mahomes. It's just really frustrating, and now we have to deal with the consistent injuries of like Matt Milano
and
Terrell Bernard.
I was just about to talk about that because I'm talking about Babbage. Like, he comes up as our linebacker coach. Now our linebackers are either washed or hurt. What we're failing to realize, and I think they don't want to acknowledge this because they don't want to put Bean in bad light because he's always just been like the savior of our franchise, is that he can't draft. He's one of the worst drafters in the league recently, and the problem is we don't have the talent anymore to run, like you said, like those zone schemes. We don't have the talent to run schemes like that anymore. And yeah,
Don't got
we
Micah Hyde,
still
man.
do. We haven't yeah, we don't have 2021 Micah Hyde or Jordan Poyer,
Gordon
or
Poyer, man.
we don't have 2021 Matt Milano. We don't have Tremaine Edmonds anymore. We don't have, prime Trey White, a young Christian Benford. Like we don't have guys like that on the team anymore. We can't run the same scheme and expect these guys to fill in the shoes that just straight up, to be frank, just aren't capable, that aren't quality
Mm-hmm.
NFL starters. Guys like Cole Bishop, guys like Taylor Rapp, guys like Tre'Davious White. Even people on the D line. Greg Rousseau, where you at, bro? Like, we just gave you all this money. Terrell Bernard, why can't you stay on the field?
He just got paid this offseason, too.
Yeah, Joey Bosa will get the timely plays. He still hasn't been as consistent as I'd like him to be. I love Deion Walker. But then again, it's just going to be one of those being late picks that, like Benford.
I love Ed Oliver, too, but...
Yeah, Ed
Mm-hmm.
Ed Oliver played a fine game.
But Ed Oliver's great, but again, when you think of like defensive tackle, you think of Deion Walker.
Yeah.
Ed Oliver's undersized and is more used as like trying to be this premier pass rusher than a run stopper.
And he gets hurt his fair share amount too. But Deion Walker will be another one. I'm not gonna fall for it. Deion Walker will be another one of these late round gems that we get, like Christian Benford, that they're gonna play well till they get that contract, and now we see Christian Benford falling off. I don't think he had like a terrible game last night. It was me.
That pass interference call against him, I still think is terrible.
Yeah, it was even the call.
The one on Trey White was terrible. Also,
the one on Trey White was really bad because Pitts,
within
right?
5 yards, dude.
It was Pitts, right?
Pitts
also clearly pushes off first, and Trey White is defending the position, and it is within 5 yards as well. That was
Christian Benford's guarding like a 6'3", 6'4" wide receiver. I mean, if you're not expecting them both to play physical, then that's just ridiculous in my opinion.
That's another thing I wanted to touch on, is that I know we got our asses kicked, but the refs did us no favors. Elijah Moore caught that football, in my opinion, especially ruling the Kelsey catch just 24 hours ago. Where you have way more of a case to. I don't know the angle to where, like. I've watched it back multiple times, and I know I'm biased as a fan. I still think he caught the ball, but especially if you're ruling that Travis Kelce thing a catch. But at the very least, the Bills need to, get their asses up and snap the ball there. I think that was pretty. I think we celebrated a little bit after the catch. Elijah Moore doing
like
his thing.
I mean, what's up with the penalties too? When did the Bills turn into like this undisciplined football team that's now getting like almost 8 to 10 penalties a game? I mean, the Patriots game, the Saints game a little bit. Now you see it in Atlanta, and I know they're not all like clear-cut penalties and some are controversial, but I mean, like, the Bills just don't do this stuff. The turnovers and the penalties that all started with the Saints have just been a trend that has followed us through these past 2 games. It's just terrible.
I don't know. We're in our own heads, man. We need to make a serious move. We need to make some. We need to make some seats warm on the staff. We need to let these guys know that your job's not. We cater a lot. We pedestal McDermott and Bean and Joe Brady.
Mm-hmm.
We need to let these guys know your job is not guaranteed. Like, if we are disappointing, if we lose the division to the Patriots, like, you're on your ass this year. Like, you're gone. Joe Brady out of town. Bean, if you have another bad draft class. And Hairston's not about to play this year, which means it probably will be another bad draft class. You're on your ass. Joe Brady, just, keep calling games the way you are. We're not going to try to retain you for the head coach job you'll probably get. But if you don't get a head coach job, you're still on your ass. He's killing his case for. He's not even on the Titans coach search. From what I saw, Matt Nagy was on there, and I saw one other OC name, I believe.
At least Matt Nagy's sort of turning the Chiefs around, but
it's still Andy Reid.
Who's just gonna get fired, bro?
We need an offensive-minded head coach. I'm tired of Sean McDermott.
we're in our winning. We should be in like just shy. We should have made a Super Bowl by now, dude. It's like we're wasting Josh Allen, and I think that's just so frustrating to me. We're just wasting a generational talent.
We give McDermott way too much credit for the fact that Brian Dable developed Josh Allen. And Josh Allen obviously had the talent in him the whole time and like was always destined to be a dog. But that's Dable's project. And we give McDermott, I think, a little
I know,
too
because
much
then
credit.
the whole Daniel Jones stuff came
Right.
along, and they're like, can he save
I'd
Daniel
love a
Jones?
coach like Steichen or Kevin O'Connell on my team. That'd be awesome. We'd be really
I
good.
would love a coach like Dan Campbell, man.
I'd even like Liam Cohen. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. We need to find a guy like that.
Let's go Buffalo.
We have to reflect though on the fact that we've beaten 3 1-5 teams and an 0-6 team. And
It's
we're
like
Yep.
the combined. It's like
3-20 something.
They're 3-21.
you've won 4 games all year, and they've won 3 games combined.
Yeah,
It's an awful statistic to have.
We're not
It
good.
just,
We're-
like,
Saints
puts on
almost
your
beat
parade.
us.
we're not.
Yeah,
We're
well,
not.
They should have, bro.
We're not a juggernaut by any means. We elite takes Nico. We dropped to 10 in his power rankings, and I don't think it's ridiculous
hate
to say
it.
that. I don't think it's ridiculous to say that we're not a top 10.
We
team
have
right
no
now.
powerful wins, and the one
We
that
gotta get a
thought
guy.
we had with the Ravens, bro. The Ravens are not good, so it just automatically negates everything.
Everybody.
We
eats,
need to get a
turns-
guy for
yeah.
Josh Allen to just go to, man.
Everybody eats turns into everybody starves, and everybody
Yeah,
got to
get
go
DJ
on the
Moore.
staff. That if we got DJ
It-
Moore,
you could-
I'm jumping out my window. If we got DJ,
DJ
Literally, it
Moore,
could be like
that boy's
you
not
could
the
always
answer.
do everybody eats, but if you can just go get a reliable guy that on the big plays or the big time downs that you can get that ball to and you can make a play to, then let's just go do it.
Who would
dude.
you have in mind? Because my issue is that I don't know what's like skill position players gonna be on the trade block. Like, who would you go after?
I don't know. I just want a threat. I need someone that either can stretch the field vertically, or I need someone that is just going to be able to, like how Dalton Kincaid's been, just be the go-to guy right now. Because clearly, I mean, between injuries and lack of downfield separation, the guys just aren't getting it done. I mean, Keon Coleman's getting boxed by AJ Terrell the whole game. Khalil Shakir is open on an underneath route, but what is 5 yards going to do for you on 3rd and like 7, Like, Josh Palmer, sure, he's there, but then we don't use him, and then the next time we use him, he gets hurt. Like,
Well,
Curtis Samuel, he's supposed to be this little fast dude. He's not doing anything. He's on the fucking IR right now.
Gabe Davis will be on the roster soon. That's not going to do anything for us, and fans are going to fucking hate it. But he will be on the roster soon. Especially
Would it
with
be ridiculous to,
Josh
like-
Palmer now week to week? Like, we will see Gabe Davis suit up very soon.
Would it be ridiculous to go out and try to make a move for, like, a Cortland Sutton, an A.J. Brown?
Well, they're
Go out there and get
Well,
someone
okay.
like that.
No,
now
it wouldn't.
here's what I was just about to say because I know I didn't hear you. Like, I don't know who you have in mind. The obvious right now, from what I've seen, the most realistic option, who I don't want, is Chris Olave. I would not trade for Chris Olave. I wouldn't touch Chris Olave with a 1,000-foot pole. He has CTE. He's injury prone. He gets too many concussions.
He's got good upside. He just gets so many concussions.
He's not a
and,
number
like, so
one.
many
He's on the
hospital
Saints.
staff.
He's not a number
on
one.
the
He's not a true number one. He's shown it for a little bit and then he'll get hurt. The unrealistic option is Garrett Wilson because he's in the division. As much as I'd love that,
They won't
if we
do
were
it.
any other team, if we were in any other division, I'd be all over that. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. AJ Brown is like another unrealistic one, but I mean, if the more the Eagles lose, the more it's like, hey, you never know. Other than that, I have no idea like who we could try and make a move for, who we could do whatever. And I, especially knowing Bean, and then I don't trust him to make a big time splash. The cap space.
Dude,
You
the
put
last
us in
time the
that
Bills
by
tried to make
paying-
a splash was Kelvin Benjamin.
Von Miller.
Ugh.
That was our
Best.
most
I
recent
mean,
splash.
you remembers that Stephon Diggs guy, man?
I mean, we're going to make a move at the deadline. My fear is it's just not going to be something we need. It's going to be like a
We're gonna go out and trade for like
gonna be-
fucking what former Bill? What former Bill can we go out and trade for? Because
Right,
that's the type of shit we would do.
We have, the suspended guys, Ogunjobi and Hoyt, coming back.
But what are they gonna do besides just bring depth? Like, are
They're
they
not going
not
to do
game
anything. They're not
changers?
going to do anything. I think,
If we
especially
were
now,
healthy, sure, I could understand.
Daquan Jones is week to week, so I think Ogunjobi is the safest one that would make the active roster right away. But because I believe we only have one active roster spot available and then one practice squad spot available, so it looks like Hoyt goes to the practice squad to start. Ogunjobi probably starts off on the roster with Daquan Jones probably missing time. These week to week
Daquan
injuries
Jones being
to him
ruled
and
out.
Josh Palmer. At least we have the bye now. That was another thing. The injury bug was hitting us a little bit. Even there was just a sequence of multiple in a row, and then even Josh took a sack and was shaking off his left arm a little bit. And I got a little scared. Luckily, nothing was happening.
Same thing happened
He
on
had a
the
gimp
defense,
last
man.
night
Just
though. He was getting
consistent.
beat up. That's another thing. The last 2 weeks? What is going on with our offensive line?
I have no clue.
What in the hell is happening to our offensive line, and why can they not pick up a blitz on rookies? 2 rookies in the pass rush just destroyed us last
Caden
night.
fucking Ellis.
They
Caden
destroyed
Ellis.
us last night. Walker as well. They killed us, dude. It wasn't even. Atlanta had. That's a draft class that we need to model after. They had an elite draft
Xavier
class
Watts.
this last year, man. Oh my god.
Although
we
I do not judge people for thinking it was ridiculous that they traded back into the first round for fucking James Pierce, but
it's not
clearly
Pierce,
it worked.
Walker, Watts. Like that's an elite draft class, bro. And I don't know what our offensive line the last 2 weeks has looked like 2022 all over again. It's just like it's the right side. Osiris Torrance is regressing. Spencer Brown, he's played the last 2 weeks, right? But
Maybe he's still hurt.
Yeah, maybe he's still,
Re-aggravated, whatever.
yeah, maybe he's not
got
100%.
surgically
I don't
fixed.
know. There's a lot going on. I wanted to ask you guys a question because speaking of injuries, do you guys think Matt Milano will put on a Bills uniform again?
Cut his ass, trade his ass, do something. Just don't put
I
him
just
back on
don't
the
know
field.
if he's going to play football anymore. He tore the pec again, right? Am I wrong? Or did he not tear the
He
pec again?
re-aggravated the injury.
I think
I don't
he'll
know
play
to the
again,
extent.
but I think this will be his last year.
His pec is held together by dental floss, man. That's barbecue
He'll play
chicken.
again, probably.
Do you
possibly
know
this
how much
year,
are we
but I don't
paying
think
him?
he'll play next year.
Too
A
much.
lot. I think
Anybody?
it's double digits.
Too much, man. And his play has
Tell you what.
regressed, and now he's one of the most, if not the most
Matt
injury-prone
Milano,
player
take
on
me
the
back.
roster. Somehow Joey Bosa is avoiding injury while all these other guys are getting hurt. I don't want to
Careful,
jinx.
you're gonna
I don't-
say
I
that
don't
and he's
wanna
gonna
jinx-
get hurt
Yeah,
soon.
I don't want to jinx that or anything. I'll
He took
knock
a
on the
pay
wood
cut.
on my
His
floor.
salary right now is 3.6.
I think it's also because Bosa's been used more rotationally, kind of like how we did with Von Miller
You have to put
after
him
Von Miller got
rotationally.
hurt.
You have to use. You can't make Joey. Joey Bosa can't play more than like 50% of your snaps.
Well, yeah, but you look at like a team like the Chargers when he had to try and be a premier pass rusher consistently. It's like that's why he's playing less downs and he's mainly coming in for pass rush and
Yeah.
like key situations. So I mean, it helps his case a little bit
That's
more.
why they got Khalil. I mean, Khalil Mack is better than Joey Bosa, so that's probably why they got him to make him the premier guy. But then he's injury prone too. I actually met Khalil Mack when he was at UB. He came to my church. I was like really young. I met him, and I met this other guy that also went to UB that went on to be his name was Brandon Marshall. He was a running back a little bit for the Chargers. There's this one week where he had a really insane game when he had to fill in for Eckler was probably the running back at the time, a young Eckler, if not I'm not sure. I don't remember. But this was like mid 2010s, so I was barely watching football. We were still like elementary schoolers. But I don't know. That's a memory that always stuck with me whenever we talk about Khalil Mack. So I met him once.
dog.
I met him
Go
at a
to
church. And don't go to UB.
Go to UB.
Don't go to UB.
You'll love it.
Anyway, let's move on to another team that's exposed. Another team in the same boat as us. Philadelphia Eagles have lost 2 games in a row.
I wouldn't necessarily say the same boat, but yeah, they definitely
They are
are
in the
playing
same
a
If
lot
they
boat.
worse.
if they lose this
Nate,
week, they are.
The Eagles look
They lost
just
to the Giants.
no. The
It's
Eagles
Jackson Dart.
the Eagles look just as bad, if not worse, than us. They have now lost to the Broncos
But they
and
got
the
pieces,
Giants.
dude. They got pieces. They're just
It's not
their
clicking.
Yeah,
their
but they're
their
losing with
coaching
the
staff.
pieces.
Their coaching
right.
staff is just failing them.
Yeah, the coaching staff and the play calling is dog shit. I can't defend.
But they're
Hurts.
losing with the pieces with them.
I can't defend Hurts this week. Okay, he played bad. Looked like shit. Okay, the Giants had it. Pass rush had him now dress.
Scat Pat is
he wasn't making his
Scat Pat is the fucking real deal, bro.
Yeah.
He's the
Can we
real
please
deal.
just like
AJ Brown.
Jackson Dart, man.
AJ Brown had finally like an okay game. He's still regressing overall. Saquon Barkley is on pace for I think under 1,000 rushing yards this year.
Yeah, I think it's like 800.
I don't
Too
know.
many shotgun snaps.
I don't know what's going on
not too
with
few under center.
It's because he's averaging like 50, 60 yards a game, but not
If
that
that.
many.
Too many
carries.
shotgun snaps. Too many shotgun snaps.
I agree with that too.
Well, they're trying to.
They should be running under center and using play action.
They should be, but the problem is that they're trying to cater to a declining pass catcher that has an attitude problem. That's another thing we were talking about earlier with AJ Brown. Is like,
Well,
would
they're
would
trying
AJ
to
Brown
make, like,
really solve our issues, or would he just give us more? Would he just be another Stephon Diggs but worse because we're seeing him slowly. I'm not saying AJ Brown is washed, but we're seeing we saw the peak. And we're seeing it like begin to go down. I'm not saying he still has multiple good years still left in him, and the Eagles situation is not ideal. But at the same time, play calling like that, it's to try and change things up. It's to try and not be predictable, but it's just not working. And even Devontae Smith hasn't had a great year either.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, they're relying a lot on I guess.
The right arm of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
They should keep.
Dallas
He's got to stay.
Had a good game.
Yeah, like I mean, they're throwing the ball like I don't know. I think that they should just go back to making it easy. They should do just some RPOs. They should run the ball and they should run play action. And the design quarterback runs like they're really oversimplifying this. Their coaching staff has been abysmal. I mean. Is it ridiculous? I mean, how much longer do you even think a guy like Sirianni's got, man? They've been like
he just won a Super Bowl.
I don't know because they were going at him at was it the back end of 23?
1.5 years.
Dude, winning a Super Bowl guarantees you like multiple more years as a coach.
Longevity.
It's not, yeah.
Well, he keeps kicks out guys like Kellen Moore to bring in the guys that he favors, and look at the fucking result. Look at what Kellen Moore is doing with the Saints. But Kellen Moore had the Eagles looking like this elite team.
Kellen Moore would have left anyway, dude.
Yeah, but life is about money.
Kellen Moore would have left anyway. He knew he could probably be a coach somewhere, and I mean, let's be honest. Is there really much of a difference right now between how the Saints and the Eagles are being coached? I don't think there is. The Saints just don't have the talent like the Eagles do. But the coaching, if anything, like the Saints are. Maybe play calling a little better. Also, though, I mean, specifically this game, this is I try to watch as many Eagles start to finish games as I can because I like to defend Hurts. I can't do it this week. He had one of the most boneheaded interceptions in a clutch moment I've seen in a while. First of all, why are you in that spot? That throw was horrible. Why are you targeting Jahan Dotson at all? Especially in that spot. It was just bad. And then on the flip side, you have, Scatabo with a hat trick. Jackson Dart looks poised. He looked more poised in the pocket than Hurts did in the game. So
on that interception, he had AJ Brown wide open.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Middle.
He just I don't know. He's right now this Eagles team is having a huge hangover. This is the biggest hangover since the Rams. And we just are not. Like they're just forgetting how to play football. They got ahead of themselves. Like, oh yeah, we started 4-0, but them too. Now their wins are more impressive than us because they had a gauntlet to start the year. We had the toilet bowl to start the year, but right now they're in the same boat as us. I think, in my opinion, that's why I'm talking about earlier about I don't know what teams are really good and what teams are really bad right now. I know two teams that are good. That's the Bucks, and well, I know three teams that are good: Bucks, Rams, and I'm just gonna say those two. I'm not going to overly glaze the 500 Kansas City Chiefs. I can't do it.
Looking better.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know what teams are actually good and what teams are actually not good.
It's been a really
I'll
weird
say
NFL
even
season.
the Rams were like what I'll say the Bucks are like my guaranteed like yeah, these guys are making conference championship at minimum. That's a guarantee.
I'd hope so, man. The Bucks have looked so great.
There's other
Bucks are
teams
good.
that I don't know about. Even like the Colts are
Where'd you
just
put
so
the
hard.
Colts?
The Colts are so hard to believe in because of Danny Dimes and because of a young head coach and lack of playoff experience. It's really hard for me to picture them going on a deep run. Like, can you close your eyes right now and in the year 2026 February see Daniel Jones in the Super Bowl?
No, but it's not like the most unrealistic thing I could think of. The Bills could be there.
Now the AFC is cake. Don't get me wrong. So it's more realistic than
I'd
not.
believe it more than if you told me the Jaguars led by Trevor Lawrence.
They've been in the playoffs before. I would take the Jags if it was a conference championship game.
It would definitely be interesting. I just think I don't know.
I
tell.
no. If it was a conference championship, I would take the Jaguars with an at least somewhat playoff experience, QB and team, and a defense that's elite at creating turnovers against a young, inexperienced, red hot team that's bound to lose a heartbreaker down the stretch in the playoffs, and it'll be like it's okay, we're good, we have a future, and then they just probably turn out like the Bills because it's the Colts, so But yeah, we're straying off a little bit from the Eagles Giants.
I
mean,
want
Nate,
Iguodala.
Nate, you should have picked the Giants with how much you were saying.
Almost did.
The Eagles could really lose, man.
Almost did, and it's another time I hyped up the Giants and didn't pick them. So I guess you won't believe who I picked when we go to pick them later.
What do you guys think the Eagles' solution is? Because the Eagles are a
Coaching change in
Eagles
terms
are
of
a
like
bigger
offensive coordinator.
but they're not gonna do that. Now they're not firing their head coach after a Super Bowl. Has
Not
that
their head
ever
coach,
happened?
but their offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Their offensive coordinator.
Yeah. Now, because at the end of the day, this is basically like when you're coming off losing a coordinator to become a head coach and you bring a guy in, it's basically like having an interim OC. So yeah, his job as a short leash. But I don't like the Eagles are just as big, if not a bigger head scratcher to me right now than the Bills are.
I just think again, it all comes from like the play calling.
Yeah, they've had these question marks all year. They've looked questionable longer than we have, and they've just they were pulling out close wins against good teams, which is nice. Which means maybe you're not as questionable, but now you've lost to the Broncos and the Giants, which, in my opinion, is much worse than losing to the Patriots' division rival and then the Falcons on the road. So I have
play calling and just some decision making too. I mean, there's those graphics about like 0 for 8 passing in the second half and stuff. It's just I don't expect to see that out of the Eagles. It really is puzzling.
I don't know. We'll see where they end up. The
run blocking too hasn't been great.
They get to face Carson Wentz or JJ McCarthy, whoever goes this week.
They should bounce back.
They should bounce back. We shall see though.
That's been a very weird year.
If they lose this week, get ready for some quick cryptic tweets from AJ Brown. Let's move on to
maybe he'll read a book on the sideline.
Maybe. Let's move on to the Ref Fest. I can't even call it that because the Lions also just played a really bad game. But at the same time, let's not act like
the most entertaining part was the fight at the end of the game.
There was a fight at the end of the game.
That was Brian Branch is a dog.
Lions Chiefs.
No, he's an idiot. Brian Branch is an idiot.
I am an idiot too.
The fact he only got suspended one game though.
Juju was leaking. That's why. Because Juju a bitch.
The Lions play the Buccaneers. It would suck if the Lions lost one of their two really good safeties the week that they had played Tampa, right? right?
That would be awful.
I still got Detroit winning that game. Anyway, let's Lions Chiefs. I look like a dumbass because I said that the Lions. Last week I said the Lions would win by 14. I think they lost by that much. Mahomes 4 total touchdowns. I mean, Rashee Rice coming back this week. I'm not gonna glaze that too much because he hasn't played for a year. Like we have no idea if he's gonna be good. Like he had a really hot start to 2024. Before that was like solid, and now he hasn't played for a year. We have no
Yeah, his
idea.
own
Like
quarterback
obviously
blew out his
he'll only
knee.
add to that offense, which is scary, obviously. But I'm not gonna be like it's a death sentence for the league, all this stuff. Wow, they still don't have a red game.
Worthy's looked really good though.
Worthy has looked good. Kelsey even looked better recently.
Kelsey's
But
gotten revived a little bit the last 2 weeks.
I mean, he did have a little. He was given an extra stat on one of the worst calls of the season. I know it didn't.
Oh no, it's
At the end of the day,
definitely
it didn't affect really the outcome of the game because they still
Mhm.
lost by multiple scores. But that was absolutely not a catch, especially if you're ruling that Elijah Moore pass last night incomplete.
Their defense has looked a lot better too since week 1. I mean, Spag's defense is slowly like starting to look like a Spag defense.
I mean, you held Detroit to what 17 points? It's a good fucking game.
Yeah.
It's
Although
impressive.
every year the NFL, there's always just some like crazy ass thing that happens, and then there's a weird ass penalty to someone explain to you that that play didn't happen, and that would happen on the first drive of this game when Jared Goff caught a touchdown pass, but apparently it was a legal motion or whatever because they didn't allow him to set his feet. I don't know. I mean it's probably nothing too crazy, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's when it
I just think
started.
it's very weird. It's
He
very
wasn't.
weird.
I guess he wasn't set, but that was a pretty nitpicky call. Then you had some other ones. You had some PIs. And it was. But I mean, at the end of the day, Mahomes just kind of like gave him belt. He had 4 total scores,
He did.
3
Yeah.
passing, 1 rushing. Uh, he was just consistently making plays on 3rd and 4th down. The Lions were not. They couldn't get too much going. I don't believe Amon-Ra St. Brown had much of a big game. I don't know how their run game did.
St. Brown.
Jared Goff.
They're doing this with like Juju
At
Smith-Schuster.
the end of the day, my thing with Detroit, and I know in week 1 how I said I thought they'd regress this year, and obviously they look good as a team and everything. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm still not convinced Jared Goff will win big games for a stretch of time, which is why I don't take anyone serious who thinks Detroit will win the Super Bowl this year or any year that they have Goff on the team, because at some points he will. Yeah, we know who he is, right? And obviously it's nice that you don't have to rely on him as like your savior guy. Like he's not a Superman QB, he's a game manager QB. But the Lions will have games like this where, this was another one where I think Ben Johnson's creativity obviously would have very much helped the team. Meanwhile, he the next night got a very impressive win in prime time against Washington Commanders. I know we're not really talking about, we don't have that game on the agenda today, but great win from the Bears. Jake Moody game-winning field goal. Probably felt good to see Debo on the other sideline because you know how they had their whole thing in San Fran. But Nate,
I
I
think
don't
the
know.
Lions just
I was
they
gonna
couldn't
say,
really establish the run. They couldn't really establish the
yes,
run
but yeah,
on the
like
Chiefs,
that's
man.
their bread and butter was like the Chiefs' run stoppage looked really good,
Sonic and
and
Knuckles.
their pass game didn't get anything crazy going either when they needed it to.
I mean, JMO has his like 1, 2, 3 really like good plays that he has a game, and then it again Spags defense is gonna almost like kind of like a guy like a Belichick. They're gonna try and take away your best player, and I mean Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't really, like you said, do much, and he usually, he rotates between the slot and the outside. So, I mean, guys like Trent McDuffie definitely had their work cut out, but it was just overall a very sloppy Detroit offensive game. They just really couldn't do anything.
I think people were overhyping them a little bit coming in this week just because we saw them play really bad week 1 and then go on a tear, beat up on some bad opponents and whatever, and they're obviously still a really good team, but there were people like ranking them number 1 in their power rankings, and I think that was a little, overrated. Like
Because they
how
dropped like 50 on the Bears.
right, like how last week I think where we put them in our tier list last week, where we didn't put them up with teams like the Bucks or
Mhm.
Rams in their conference. I think that was fitting. And this kind of showed that the Lions are still a really good team, still will probably win the division, but they're not a Super Bowl like juggernaut. They're not Chiefs level. They're not Bucks level. Like teams like that. They do play the Bucks this week,
Mhm.
and I love how I say that.
Be interesting.
And I love how I say that, and I picked the Lions to win this week. But
Feels like a Lions game to win though.
it
But
does.
I mean, the way
I
Baker
feel like they
Mayfield's
kind
been
of have.
playing, man.
I feel like they kind of have to bounce back this week, and I feel
Well,
like
I
Tampa's
said the same thing about the Chiefs going into the Lions game.
Tampa's just due. Tampa's due. They've played so many good opponents back to back to back to back, and it's okay for them to drop a game on the road without Ibuka, without Bucky Irving. May or may not have Chris Godwin, may or may not have Mike Evans. And it'll probably be a
Baker
close
Mayfield's
game.
inspiring the average grocery worker right now.
It'll be a close game. I mean, he threw a dime to a fucking fifth stringer the other day. It'll be a close
Baker
game.
Mayfield, if you see this podcast, I will come and catch footballs for you. I'll come off the couch. I got you, man.
He's good. Nate's a good player. Speaking of good players, Dak Prescott is probably
Pickens.
Dak Prescott's probably in the most unfortunate situation in the NFL right now. We're about to get into
He
our
plays for the
award.
Dallas Cowboys.
We're about to get into our award talk after this,
Cowboys.
and Dak Prescott would be my pick for MVP if their team actually knew how to win games. And nothing that's happening in Dallas this year is his fault at all. The defense at that one point was
Their defense is atrocious.
32nd in yards allowed. Offense was first in yards per game. I don't know if that's still the
They
case.
start guys like
It looks
Kyer
it's still the
Elam,
case.
so
Yeah, they're
Facts.
not good. And and then this week they couldn't stop
they
the run.
employ
either.
Trayvon Diggs.
Rico Dowdle 200 total yards again. Bryce Young.
I warned him.
Bryce Young on plays past the sticks was like I think 8 or 9 of 10 with like over 150 yards, 3 touchdowns, perfect passer rating.
It's so funny because Bryce Young will throw his annual 1 pick a week and then just lock in and just play absolutely just good enough to win the football game.
University.
Carolina is quietly
Exactly
3-3
my favorite
right now.
dude. I mean that the South between Carolina and Atlanta right now, they're fighting to get to that was a huge win for the Falcons over the Bills. The more you look at it.
Yeah, they're trying to hang in that wild card spot because Tampa will win the
Mhm.
division by multiple games, but
Tampa's bound to drop a divisional game though.
they usually do. It's usually to the Saints.
They
of
will.
all teams.
Like Saints. Yep.
It's usually to Tampa Bay,
Saints.
or it's usually to New Orleans.
It might be to
Tampa
the
Bay.
Falcons
Now,
though.
granted,
The Falcons game was really close.
it's different because Marshawn Lattimore ain't in town to bully Mike Evans anymore. But
He still does it though.
yeah, I guess
They're still very good friends.
He's very washed in Washington now. I will say.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what's been happening with him, but anyway, yeah, Bryce Young proving us wrong. We were really shitting on him in the start of this podcast, and he's turned it around. He's still
really inconsistent.
he's still Trevor Lawrence, but
He'll never live up to that trade package.
never.
Never.
The trade was always
Never.
dumb. The trade was always dumb. No matter
Yes.
who they would have
It's
took.
the most Panthers trade I've. It's like
If they took
it's
Stroud
terrible.
there,
It's just-
we'd have the same result, and we'd be saying the same thing.
Yeah.
Stroud wouldn't have had that monster rookie year. Stroud would have been benched just like Bryce Young did. Imagine they took Anthony Richardson. Oh my God.
Lord help.
So
He
there
just
was
got like a
no-
concussion from a training band,
Yeah, exactly. He hurt his eye.
orbital bone or
the-
whatever.
The Panthers franchise was just cooked, and they had to make a desperate move, and
Took since
they're doing
2015.
the best they can with it. Now they have some studs. Obviously, Rico Dowdle is better than Chuba. I don't know how Chuba gets his job back after this. They can run a committee.
It's so unfortunate.
They
He
can
had
run-
such a good.
They can run
year
their own
last
little
year.
version of Sonic and Knuckles if they want to try that, and it opens things up for Bryce Young, so it's good for the team. They're 3-3. Derek Brown is an absolute stud, amazing,
Mhm.
Just so good
J.C. Horn.
when he's healthy. Another one.
He's good when
J.C.
he's
Horn.
not when
They're
he's healthy
so
when
they're
he's
both so
healthy
good
and
when they're
doesn't get
healthy.
called for. He gets he's like though the thing is he's so physical he gets consistent calls against him. But they also employ probably the worst wide receiver in football on their team. Xavier Leggett.
Leggett, yeah, I
It's
don't.
just terrible. He is so bad.
You know,
Ted McMillan's a dog though.
I was gonna say Ted
Great
McMillan
pick.
finds the end zone. I'm gonna say, you know how we took Keon
Jimmy
Coleman.
Horn. I dropped Jimmy Horn a couple of podcasts ago. That man had a pretty good game this past week. I love me some Jimmy Horn from Colorado, man.
What I want to say about Leggett, you know, I like how I say all the time, how I had people tell me that we shouldn't have Keon Coleman over Ladd was the right move because we have Khalil Shakir, and that's a justification for not taking Ladd. But at least we didn't take Xavier Leggett over both of them and trade up to get him.
That dude is just a specimen. Like he's just
He stinks.
he's weird and he's bad.
He sucks. You can just tell.
Imagine
He's one of those players that you can just tell. I don't know how to explain this. When an NFL team drafts mainly a skill position player, you can just tell by their name whether they're going to be good or bad. If their name has aura, they're going to be Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. You know, like those names just
Josh
have
Allen.
aura to them.
yeah, Josh Allen.
Xavier Leggett, Sky Moore, you know, guys
Just
like
wait
that.
for Squirrel White to get entered
Guys
in the
like
NFL
that,
draft.
you can just. I don't know what it is, sir. It's mainly with like these wide receivers. You can just tell
Avon
when they're going to
Austin.
be absolutely buns or whether they're going to be good by their name. And I don't. There are some exceptions to that, like Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like we kind, that took a minute for me to be like, okay, this is a good player in the NFL. But for the most part, I don't know why that's always been a thing for me. But anyway, Dallas. Dak is having an amazing season. George Pickens having an amazing season. CeeDee Lamb is coming back.
Javonte
but
Williams.
Javonte Williams bounced back, like rejuvenating his career. Jake Ferguson is having a monster year. He's just scoring touchdown after touchdown. And just the defense is selling them out. They don't have a pass rush. They don't have a secondary. They have nothing. And it's unfortunately going to cost them, and it's wasting another amazing year from Dak Prescott.
Do you think it would have been different if they kept Micah?
No.
I
Because the
don't think
main
so
issue is
either.
the secondary.
There's too many holes.
The main issue
too
is
many
secondary,
holes.
and it's they have.
Sounds like they can use a guy like a Tre'Davious White. They should
have-
call up the Bills.
They have too many guys making money in the secondary that just aren't good. Trayvon Diggs, Darren Bland, Kyrie Elam is not
the whole
making money,
secondary
but he's
at this
just
point.
there. Kyrie Elam should be paying
Two
him
ball
to
hawks
play for
and
the team.
Kyrie Elam.
Yeah, so it is what it is with them. CeeDee Lamb's coming back, but it's probably too late for their season now at this point. Their divisions, the NFC's stacked. Their division's good. The Giants are on the come up. Like they have a tie.
Pick some
Like
dirt.
it might be wraps, and it's very unfortunate because I love Dak, and I think that I think Dak's a top 5 quarterback this year. And if they were winning games, it wouldn't be ridiculous of a take to say that I would take Dak over Justin Herbert if I'm starting a franchise. But we shall see. I want Dallas as a team we'll probably talk about for a little bit here now because they're a team to
Pickens
watch.
having a monster season, man.
Yeah, and now CD's hopefully coming back this week. We'll see if they can turn it around. But I want to get into some award talk. Now, I originally was just going to have us all give our own awards, but that's going to take too long. So I don't know where you guys want to start. It also means that we don't all have to each have our own picks for our own awards, because certain awards like Defensive Rookie of the Year right now, they're just, for me, there just is no pick for Defensive Rookie of the Year right now. Because right now the favorite is Abdul Carter, and I think that's simply just because of where he was drafted. Because unless I'm a complete Giants casual, I don't think Abdul Carter is having this.
I mean, Carter's been playing well. Carter has been playing well.
But he hasn't been like the standout, ridiculous name. I think I looked at the D-Roy ladder today, and it was like, I couldn't really come up with a thing. My thing is, I'll start off with MVP. Whether you guys agree or disagree. I think it's Baker. I would say Dak Prescott if they were winning games, but I can't. So
Nate and I talked about
agree with
MVP
Baker.
talks. Yeah,
I
I
think
agree with
Baker Mayfield's the
We
MVP.
talked
I
about
mean,
this.
he's making it work with anybody. He's lighting up a rookie. He's he's making these plays. He's getting out of these sacks. He's using his legs better than he ever has in his career. He looks like Josh Allen.
See that? You see that run he had on like 3rd and long?
Yeah,
where he-
that's what, he looks like Josh Allen right now. And then he's letting that thing fly. He's passing with precision. He's throwing for all these yards to different guys. He's igniting the run game with multiple running backs. He's overcoming all these injuries to all his skill players. He's like, I don't know. He's leading clutch time game
Playing
winning
great.
drives.
He's
He's
playing
had like 3 or 4
multiple
of his 5
4th-quarter
wins.
comebacks.
Yeah, 3 or 4 of his 5 wins are game winning drives. It's insane. He's unreal. He's peaking in front of our very eyes right now. He's showing why he was selected number 1. He's peaking. He's doing what
This is Sooners Baker Mayfield.
he's doing what Manziel couldn't do. Was overcome the
Ready,
Cleveland
football.
Browns, come back, rejuvenate yourself. Because let's be honest, coming out of college, like, was Baker not the closest thing we had seen to Manziel since Manziel in terms of like the not including both the caliber player and also like the person they were, like their personalities very similar, and both drafted by the Cleveland Browns.
Somewhat, yeah. Yeah.
And
I mean, I like to think of how much NIL money Johnny Manziel could have made, but
oh my god.
Oh
But
my
yeah,
god,
he'd be
bro.
swimming in money, man.
If I don't know anything else you guys have to say about Baker, I'm glad we're all in agreement for MVP. Although
No, I like the Baker
Mahomes is
Mayfield
the
pick.
MVP favorite right now. I don't know if you guys saw that.
It's
I
the-
don't
no.
entirely agree with that.
That's some bullshit.
I don't think he's the
He's not the
favorite.
MVP
I wouldn't.
favorite.
He could easily be like the 2 or 3, I guess, but I don't think he's the favorite. I still think the favorite should be Baker Mayfield.
Right now my
I still think
rankings.
Dak and Mahomes could duke it out, but
What about Sam Darnold? What do you guys think?
I
Hear me out.
mean, I wouldn't have him crazy high.
I think he's higher on the MVP ladder than Josh Allen right now, and I'm a Bills fan.
Josh Allen. Sorry, you cut out for me. I'm
Yeah,
assuming
your
you
mic
said
cut out.
Josh Allen.
I think Darnold's higher on the MVP ladder than Josh Allen right now, and I'm a Bills fan.
Well, when
yeah.
looking back at how Josh has played the past couple of weeks, yeah, I mean it's inexcusable.
I think Darnold is. I think
Josh Allen could
Dak is
easily
too,
go
Mahomes
straight
is
back
too.
up though with how he plays.
He could.
He could be back up in 2 weeks
Chelsea.
or like 3 weeks technically because of
Yeah.
my
I don't care about an MVP though because Josh got an MVP. I want a damn Super
I want
Bowl.
a ring.
Like, come on.
right.
All right.
I want my ring. I'm ready to have, because when Josh Allen gets a ring, then we can have those really fun conversations of where he list of quarterbacks all time.
Oh, we can put him in the top 10. It'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be so much fun.
Offensive Player of the Year is the toughest one in my opinion. There's a lot of names. You can
Okay.
pick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right now, I'm very torn between JSN and Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah,
I have
I
3.
also before a week ago I had Puka in that talk
Yeah,
as
but
well.
he's gonna miss time.
But
He
That's
doesn't
why
Yeah.
score though. He doesn't score in my opinion.
I don't give a shit about that.
JSN is fucking cooking.
Yeah.
But so is Jonathan
I was
Taylor.
gonna.
Puka.
Well, 'cause I
Puka
also
was
have
on better
Puka's
pace than
teammate.
JSN before, and he just went down at the start
Yeah.
of this game. He's going to miss probably multiple weeks. If he does that, his case is cooked because JSN will just break away. And Jonathan Taylor
I think
obviously
right
has his
now-
own case, and he's lighting up the best team in the AFC. He's the focal point. He has been, and obviously Daniel Jones helped, but like that run game opens up Daniel Jones to be able to do what he's doing.
Well,
Daniel
okay, so
Jones
you
is
another
got.
thing.
cooking.
Will Jonathan Taylor be able to play his first full season since 2021? I have my doubts. So that's why if I have to pick someone,
I would say.
and
I
bet
would
money
He
on
say.
it,
better because he's
like I
got to
said.
save my fantasy season.
yeah, like if I had to
Go.
bet on it right now, and like I couldn't get the money back, no matter what, I would pick JSN because
Is it
will Jonathan
ridiculous
Taylor play
to-
his first full season since 21? I don't know.
If this guy says a mecca,
Is it ridiculous
That is
to
ridiculous.
like not? What?
Ibuka is ridiculous
go,
if that's
go.
what you're getting at.
Oh no, I was gonna say like even like a guy not really contending for like the 1 or 2 right now based off of like he's been a little quiet, but like with the way he started out the season, like a guy like ETN.
That's ridiculous.
I mean,
I think
he's
Nate's
too inconsistent.
Clemson rugby
Travis
CTE
Etienne Travis Etienne's been pretty he has had a few good weeks. But
I just say that because he was like top 5 in every single rushing category at a point. So like
to win
Top
offensive
one
player of the
probably.
year as a running back, you need to be like top 1 in every category. Yeah, that's definitely not.
Like
Or
when
like
Cooper
even a
Cup
guy
won
like
Triple Crown.
Well, because
or even
offensive
like
player
a
of the
guy
year at
like
this
a
point's a
Kyron
receiving
Williams.
stat for the most part. Kyron Williams would be another
Yeah.
good one. But and then I mean, I guess if I had to pick right now, I would say JSN. Just with Puka was the pick until he got hurt. Like this, I changed a couple days ago.
I'm rocking with Jonathan Taylor if he doesn't get hurt.
Yeah.
Like that, but that's like contingent on the fact that he doesn't get hurt. Because if he does, he's fucked.
Fried. Yeah. Well,
Nate, who's your pick then?
Yeah, I was gonna say, who's your pick?
I said JSN. Originally, mine was also Puka though.
Yeah, I think it's fair. Defensive player of the year, I'm very torn on. Again, I have because this
guy
season
plays
is
on the worst
season's
team.
so young.
Or one of the bad teams.
Season is so young. Right now, Miles Garrett's a choice. Right now, I've said like Nick Benito or Devin Lloyd.
Devin Lloyd's been His
Devin
story
Lloyd
is
just
ridiculous.
creating turnover after turnover. Nick Benito sack machine, and they're both on.
Wait, can we go back?
winning
Can we go
teams.
back real quick to
Mhm.
offensive? Are we not going to talk about Bijan Robinson?
You're right.
We completely forgot about Bijan Robinson.
I forgot that I told you in the gym that I wanted to. You're
Yeah,
right.
or even a guy like James Cook.
No. We won't use him enough. You're right about I told
This
you
game
I'm gonna
that he
stand by
just
this
had
because I
definitely
told
gives
you
him
in
a
the
pull.
gym, Nate. I told you in the gym today that I would come on here and pick Bijan, so I will, because you're right. You're completely right, and I forgot about him because I was thinking of the big names. But Bijan is the only thing with him is that I don't know if Atlanta will win enough games for him to be like super. But I think he's as I said this last week, that he's the skill position 1. Like he's the best running back, and he's better than I'd take him over any wide receiver right now. And I agree with that. So my heart wants to pick him, but once again, if I'm a betting man, probably JSN. But Bijan over Jonathan Taylor, that's not ridiculous. So
I just figured I needed to.
That's a good shout.
I forgot about it too.
completely
I was looking
forgot
at the.
about that.
I was looking at the odds actually, because right now the odds have it as Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson, JSN, Puka, CMC, St. Brown, Jettas, Jahmyr Gibbs, James Cook, Jamar Chase.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, Bijan, yeah, I forgot about him. That's kind of crazy that
I
forgot
like
about
your,
him.
He just had
I'm mad at
three
him right now because he
points,
shit
though.
on us. That's probably why I didn't say it.
I like your shout though for defensive player of the year for Benito. I think that would be my personal favorite.
They just sacked Fields 9. Now, okay, I'm not gonna. I watched that whole game, that shit show. Most of those sacks were Fields' fault because he's the worst.
Well, I
starter in
wonder
football.
why. Maybe
But-
there's a reason why the Jets
Yeah.
are 0-6.
They're also the Denver pass rush is just tearing it up, leading in sacks, leading in pressures, leading in pressure rate, leading in all these stats on the pass rush. And Benito's the focal point. But at the same time, you also have a lot of talented, like Jonathan Cooper is fucking tearing it up as well. I believe Franklin Myers is having good. They just have a lot of talent on that pass rush.
Defensively.
But Benito is. Didn't Jonathan Cooper go to OSU, Torn?
I think he did for the last part of his college
Yeah.
career.
'Cause I
think he
remember-
transferred.
Because I remember this guy that I would watch collect cards, and he PCs OSU because he's in Ohio shop, and I see him get like Jonathan Cooper stuff. And before this year, I hadn't really known much about Jonathan Cooper because I feel like he's kind of breaking out this year. But yeah, he had the game.
I don't mind.
He had the
I don't
game-winning
mind Devin
cruising
Lloyd.
sack. Devin
I don't
Lloyd
mind
is
Lloyd.
probably-
I
What's
don't
the
mind
ladder?
Lloyd, but I think usually this will cater towards edge rushers.
Yeah.
Yeah, specifically because sacks.
Benito's the favorite.
Unless some corner has like a ridiculous amount of interceptions, but
that's crazy that Devin Lloyd's not even on this list.
yeah, because he's an inside linebacker.
How is okay? I'm sorry, this is glazed. Why is Micah Parsons here and he's tied second? Why is Micah Parsons above Miles?
Because he's a big name.
Big name
Why is he
rusher.
above Miles Garrett though?
It's because he's where's Garrett?
Is TJ Watt on there?
He's but he's like plus 1,200, but he's fifth.
Okay.
But it goes
the
Miles
usual
Garrett's
names.
plus 500, then plus 360 tied is Micah Parsons and A Hutch, and then Nick Benito number 1. Back-to-back depoys for Denver would be a very that'd be nice. It's nice for Bo Nix because he stinks, but I don't know.
My fantasy quarterback.
I don't know. Defensive rookie of the year. I feel like I said, it's too young.
Jahad Barron, Denver Broncos corner.
He's not even the he's I don't even
He's their
know,
nickel corner.
I don't even know if he's the Jahad I would give it to. I don't even know if he's the best Jahad in this defensive class. Yeah.
That's a fire pick.
He's like one
Abdul
of the
Carter probably is the favorite though.
Jahad Campbell's one of the few bright spots on that Philly defense right now, in my opinion.
Oh, bro, but he's a dog. Or I mean, this is nowhere near like defensive rookie of the year, but Sean Dolak.
Oh my god,
linebacker.
That's my
really
dog.
good for the Rams.
He just had a breakout game last week. He had 7 tackles.
Mm-hmm. It's funny that the Bills are a team that really need.
He was an undrafted free agent. He was an undrafted free agent, and he's I don't know.
If Reed Murdoch isn't on the Buffalo Bills roster, we're gonna have problems because Reed Murdoch. Sorry, I'm not a UB.
Dolak on the Bills would be tearing it up, man. I don't know.
Red Murdoch is going to get drafted because right now he's like,
he will be.
I think he's projected like 3rd round. So if we were to get him, I wouldn't be mad. Red Murdoch.
Do you know who?
A top 100 college football player right now.
Do you know who was second in the nation behind Dolak in tackles last year?
No.
It was Murdoch. Do you know who's projected to lead the nation in tackles this year more than likely? Murdoch.
I knew that.
Because he plays in the MAC and he gets a lot of playing time.
I have a question for you guys about this next award. With Abuka likely missing multiple weeks, what does that do to his offensive rookie of the year chances?
I still think that if he tears it up at the end of the year, he'll be fine.
If it doesn't go to him,
a ridiculous pick.
If I was gonna say if it doesn't go to him, who is more likely to win offensive rookie of the year between Jackson Dart and Cam Scadabo?
Quarterback should always be favorited because it's a quarterback, but I would personally go Cam Scadabo.
If Jackson Dart carries the Giants, and
he doesn't even need to carry them, bro.
If he gets them 8 wins though, he's gonna save Dable's job.
My pick is Jackson Dart actually, and I know I have no right to do that. I was shitting on him, and part of me still doesn't think he's good. But
Ole Miss
offensive
Giants, bro.
Offensive rookie of the year. There's what's his name? Plays Ole Miss QB. The dude from Grand Island.
Jackson Jones.
Yeah, he's my pastor's
I ran track against him.
Yeah, he's my
You know what's funny? I got a story.
He went to my high school and he goes to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I got a story, right?
They started a mission church down there actually now. It was sweet.
It's fire.
I was running I think I was running the 400 meter against him in track when we did our dual meet against Grand Island. And I had the lead the whole race. I got to the final turn. I was like, God, I'm about to beat a Division I athlete in a race.
Josh Allen, I'm about to beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
Yes. All of a sudden, I get to the final turn. We're just getting to the straightaway. Everybody passes me, but guess who the first one to pass me was? It was him. It was insane, though. I was like, damn.
Bro, he runs a 4.240.
That's
a 4.240. Oh my
yes,
God,
bro, it's insane. He's so fast.
I don't know where you guys stand with offensive rookie of the year, and I still don't think he's anything.
I like Jackson Dart,
but I think
I'm
it's
also,
a QB award.
I'm
so
biased.
I would pick Jackson Dart.
I'm biased as hell, and you guys know this because I'm the only one that believes in Jackson Dart on this podcast.
I don't.
It's not that.
I don't. It's the mix of it's a mix of the player and the team for me.
I just think his head looks really big when he smiles, but
What?
Also, bro, I don't know if y'all
It's
seen the
something-
video, the TikTok edits of him, of that like
Aura.
11 out of 10 girl that he cheated on.
Oh,
Bro, he's
No,
a
I
dog.
didn't.
He's a dog.
well, did you see his entrance to the Thursday night football game,
Thursday
bro?
night
He's
football
going,
game?
he's getting, oh my god. When was the last time we saw a New York Giant
Dude.
quarterback with this much aura?
Well,
Eli
if
Manning.
Jameis Winston started, we would have just seen that this year, but
Eli
Dude, they're
Manning.
eating W's after every
Tommy
game, man.
DeVito, I guess, would be the most.
Oh,
good
Tommy
call.
Cutlets had some aura, man.
Yeah.
He went to Q's too.
Now, anything else? I guess Coach of the Year is whoever wins the AFC South, I guess. Cohen or Steichen.
Liam Cohen.
Just like whoever wins
Daniel
the
Jones
division.
is going to win Comeback Player of the Year.
That's pretty, yeah. I think
I
that's,
hate it.
I
I
think
hate
that's
it
a
so much.
guarantee. Yeah, I think
My
that's
take
Yeah.
ain't sounding that ridiculous.
It is. He just threw a pick against the Arizona Cardinals and it was horrible.
He threw
Now,
one.
it
pick,
should have-
and he had
It was
Do
a
you
terrible
guys-
interception.
I want to ask you guys this. Speaking of these quarterback comeback stories, because of last, do you guys think that Joe Burrow robbed Sam Darnold of the award last year?
Yep.
I do.
Yes.
I don't. Joe Burrow came off an injury, threw for a lot
Didn't
of
make the
passing yards.
playoffs.
Sure, you missed the fucking playoffs, bro, and you started the season like shit. Sam Darnold
Oh,
played
Sam
amazing
Darnold.
after we all like.
Yes. Until the
Nobody
playoffs.
ever thought Sam Darnold would be an NFL starter again after Carolina.
And he won like
He played-
14
He
games.
spent. Did
He
he,
played-
He what? Correct me if I'm wrong. He spent a year in San Fran, right? And then went to
Yep.
the
Yeah,
Vikings.
He's like, yeah.
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 He went from the
And now he's
Jets to
falling
Darnold,
with
though,
Seattle.
Darnold played
He
amazing.
backed up to Carolina for Baker, and then went to San Fran. And then went
Dude,
to
I don't know.
Minnesota, and then he went to Seattle. I
And
think he's
then-
been on 6 teams in 6 years.
And then this year, isn't there like that lineman of the year award? I don't know who the fuck's gonna win that. Protector of the year. I don't know who's gonna win that. But
Lane Johnson
Won't be
probably.
anyone
I
on
don't
my
know.
Lane
team,
Johnson
that's
of the
all-
Eagles.
all I
Lane
know is it
Johnson
won't
of
be
the
anyone on the
Eagles.
Bills.
Brown, dude. I was like, I
Deion
was
Hawkins
just
like
poking
helped
fun. I was
make
like,
that
dude.
award. He'll never win it.
I was like, dude, Tori, could you imagine if like a guy like Spencer Brown won the award, and then I just see Spencer Knight's like 69.3 PFF grade after last night? I'm like, damn.
Damn.
Lane
Not
Johnson
Sewell,
probably. I don't know.
Jay Sewell or Lane Johnson.
Penei Sewell's a good shout. Should be a Bengal.
Probably Sewell,
Does anyone else have
yeah.
anything to say they want to say about any of these awards before I segue?
I just wanted to say, Torin, yes, that Daniel Jones interception was terrible. He threw it straight to a linebacker who was blanketed coverage all
hey,
over Mo Alley Cox.
You guys almost gave you guys were this close to giving Jacoby Brissett a revenge game.
Yes, you almost lost to Jacoby
My name's
Brissett.
Nate. I'm 2-4 in fantasy.
I
Daniel
hope I
Jones
beat
was-
you this week and we
Daniel
can just
Jones.
clip this.
I hope this is the start of the downfall. I really do.
I hope so, bro.
I'm gonna suck my mouth.
If you beat my injury-prone fantasy football team as someone that's like
Nate's
5
team
and
is
1,
really
I guess
bad.
good for you.
Nate's team is so bad. I don't know how he won this week. I can't believe he won this week because of Drake London and Debo shit his
London.
pants. I could not believe it. And Donkey didn't play.
Drake London.
Anyway, so we'll have some
Overrated.
more formal, I guess, award full predictions once, we probably, around Thanksgiving, a little bit before that. And more importantly, I just wanted to have everyone on the pod here when we do that. So I want to transition to a little fun segment. I can obviously
Fun
discuss
HN.
it with you guys, but this is more for you guys as well. Because I have the
Tomorrow.
names. I have 10 names here. We don't need to spend too much time on each name, but this is overrated or underrated. I got 10 names. Nobody is active.
All this based
Technically, one player is active, but he's not on a team. All the other players
is this
are
all
not
based off of that tweet that I read out before the
active. It is.
before
The first
podcast?
name is Troy Aikman. Overrated or
I knew-
underrated?
I knew it.
First name is Troy Aikman.
Oh, Jim.
Overrated or underrated? Troy Aikman.
Overrated.
I think so too. He's epitome of a system quarterback, and I don't know.
Yeah.
He's jealous. Well, did you guys watch the game last night? He hates Caleb Williams. I don't know. Last
hates
night he
anyone
was
that
like
changes the way of football.
Caleb Williams
Horrible.
could complete a pass. He'd be
Jeez.
like, that's luck, bro. Like he was so
Well,
he hates.
I have
the
my
way
problems with
plays
Caleb
football.
Williams too, but that he's hate watching. I
Yeah.
think Caleb Williams is an idiot for not just throwing it to the running back on the 2-point conversion, but that's
Nah.
just a Caleb Williams thing.
Anyway, Troy Aikman. I mean, dude, what?
Overrated, but
Irvin,
like
Emmitt
he
Smith,
had yeah, exactly. Like
elite,
he didn't
elite,
have to do much.
elite offensive line throughout his entire career.
And a great
Chuck
defense,
and a
somewhere.
good defense.
right? You can't
And
ask
got
for
to
more
play.
than that.
You got to play the Bills in the Super Bowl, so I mean, shit. There's two free rings right there.
He's great in his own. Yeah, the NFC was dominant at that time. Not as bad as it was when Joe Namath, who is not on here because he is just consensusly overrated at this point.
Can you repeat what you just said?
Joe Namath is not on here because he's just consensusly overrated.
Repeat that, Torn.
Oh,
Repeat that, Torn.
I
Sorry,
said
I
wide
thought I
left
cut
to
out.
start. I meant wide right.
That just wasn't against the Cowboys.
I was gonna say that just wasn't
I know,
Dallas.
it was against the Redskins.
That was against the Giants.
I just left my room. I just left my.
This guy's not a fan.
Oh my god.
Ball
Oh
knowledge
my God.
exposed. That guy in the TikTok
Oh
comments
my
is right. Anyway,
No, Brandon,
so
Brandon,
someone
Brandon.
on Twitter,
Brandon,
the reason
no,
this
no.
came up,
No,
someone
no,
on
no,
Twitter said,
This Juice WRLD made Astro World all over again.
someone on Twitter said that Troy Aikman, outside of the Super Bowls, is worse than Ryan Tannehill. And that's what sparked this entire segment. I wouldn't say he's that bad, but Troy Aikman definitely was the game manager. Troy Aikman is Brock Purdy with rings. Let's call a spade a spade.
Bro.
So overrated. That's the first one. I agree. Next one, Michael Vick.
Let's stick to the program.
Let's stick to the program. He went over 2 in
He
the
went
span
over
of
2.
5
It was
seconds.
against the Redskins. Michael Vick, overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
He is. Listen, he
Not
changed
in a bad way though.
in his own right. He changed the game of football, and I love Michael.
Yeah, bro,
Vick.
I'm changing the game of football. I'm gonna start beating up dogs.
Okay, we didn't need to go there. I fucking as a player, because as a player I love O.J. Simpson too. As a player, I love Michael Vick. First of all, he peaked in Philadelphia with Deshaun Jackson. So on his second team after ATL already gave up on him. And now you watch the games and you can see these significant. He's a highlight player. And there's another highlight player that's the next name on this list.
Are you about to say?
But
I'll let you go.
But with Mike Vick, he peaks in Philly, and he has other runs of the Steelers and Jets where he's ass, but that's like way at the end of his career. We don't hold that against him. But in ATL and Philly, I'm not big on box score watching, but with this, when you look at his numbers, they are just like, they're below league average in today's NFL for sure. And back then,
he's an elite runner.
He was an elite runner. He changed the game. He walked so Lamar could run.
He had a deep ball.
Yeah. He has the intangibles. As an act when the whistle blows and the game begins, Lamar Jackson is both a better runner and a better thrower and a better winner and just a better player than Michael Vick. And Michael Vick in his own right is a super impact player, but people, the TikTok NFL fan base mainly. So I don't think he's that overrated because I think at the end of the day, a lot of people know like he's not an amazing all-time guy. He's just like he's a pioneer for what today's game is. Yeah. Speaking of highlight players, this is the one that's technically active, but he's not on a team. OBJ. Overrated or underrated?
Oh,
this is
see,
that's
one. Tough because like
you can say
first couple years.
I should say you can
career, but he was on the Giants.
Yeah, you can say properly.
First couple years in the Giants were. I'd say properly. I'd say properly
because you can't really say overrated because like he had a good career.
Never
start,
injuries.
He was never on like a great team.
Yeah, where they Giants to Cleveland is a really bad career path. Now, he had his great years in the Giants. That I will say, in my opinion, I've always agreed that catch like defined his career and definitely put him from here to
Madden
here.
Cover.
Now
that it's solid seasons though towards the beginning of the year.
I'm not gonna hate on it because that catch like defined our generation, like us. Like we
changed the game. We literally changed the game.
All went
we tried to
the playground for football.
Yeah.
Odell. Like that's the football equivalent of saying Kobe when you shoot in basketball. Like for us at least. That's like that.
Did his mic cut out for you too?
Is my mic really?
Yeah, but he said Kobe. I'm willing to bet he said Kobe.
Yeah. So let me get a little closer to my mic. So Yeah, that's like the basketball equivalent of saying Kobe when you shoot. It's the football equivalent of that. Sorry, I need to figure out what's going on with my mic. But anyway, OBJ, he even had at least one really solid season in Cleveland, and then he also has that Rams Super Bowl really saves his case in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. So I don't think he's overrated because
I
it's
think
not
he's
like
properly rated.
he's not in this ridiculous. No, some people do overrate him because they put him with other great wide receivers of his generation, like
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown. OBJ cannot tie Antonio Brown's practice cleats. But
I think
once again,
the cool thing
OBJ
is
highlight player once again, but it definitely has more numbers than, so he's definitely not like a Vic
Mhm.
because he has box score to back it up. He has a ring as well.
never forget about Prime Odell versus Josh Norman, man.
Here's a hot one. Well, I guess not a hot one. We'll stay on the skill position players here. Jim Brown.
Oh,
Oh gosh, Jim Brown. I don't know. I wasn't alive to watch his
watch
games,
him.
but
I know that he
he gets
went
a
to
lot of
Hughes.
Do you
favorable
guys give
cards.
him an
He's
air
got a lot of
tax?
favorable cards. He's got a lot of
He
favorable
went to
cards in Madden.
Syracuse. I agree.
Do you give him
Same
an
with
era
Eric
tax,
Dickerson.
or do you think people give him too much of an era tax nowadays, and that makes him underrated?
I don't know. I don't
I
really
don't know
know
where I
much about
stand
him
on him.
besides he was like a dominant back, but like he played so long ago. It's like
I still am very. I give him an air tax because we done with the what 60s or 70s whenever
we
he
done
played.
yeah.
We done with that era. I'm not a we done with the 90s guy or even 80s. I guess more so with football. I am starting to lean that way for a lot of things in basketball, but for football, I don't know. Jim Brown, he's not the GOAT running back. He's not. He's maybe top 5 all time. Like he's obviously there, and he's obviously an all time great. So this is probably the best player that I have on this list.
He played from 1957 to 1965.
Okay, so 60s, yeah.
And
So
his worst
that's
season
actually
on the
not.
ground was
That's
900.
that's not a long career.
He had his two worst seasons. He ran for 942 and 996. Otherwise, he was averaging almost like over 1200.
What I will ask you is this, because it's similar
He had
eras.
17 touchdowns
He's a
in a
little
year.
before this guy. O.J. Simpson is better than Jim Brown.
Yes, the juice. Are you kidding me? Yes.
O.J. Simpson is a top 5 running back of all time.
I
And
love the
and I'm
juice.
not
I
going to
love the
let a
juice.
murder case ruin that. The fact that
Great
he is a
running
top
back.
5 running back of all time and has
Did
the
it with less
greatest.
football games.
He has the greatest running back season we've ever seen. 2,000 yards in 14 games. And, he cursed our team, and we're probably never winning a Super Bowl because of that. And rest in peace to him. Whether he did it or not, I don't care. He was an amazing football player. He's not on here because maybe he should be. He's underrated. O.J. Simpson's underrated. I think I don't
he's
think
overlooked
non-Bills
because
fans
of what he did.
non-Bills fans don't give him enough credit. I don't hear him talked about outside of Buffalo ever, besides for what he did. Talk about what he did on the field.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's like when he retires, a lot of people are going to talk about what Tyreek Hill did off the field.
Well, okay. I think
Obviously, I'm not comparing what
Jim,
Tyreek Hill did to what O.J.
Jim,
Simpson allegedly did, but
Jim, Jim, I don't know, man. OJ's career is certainly something.
he has the greatest season.
He
of all
does have
time.
the greatest rushing, yeah.
He's probably top 5. I don't know. He's probably in my top 5 running backs, man. He's definitely above Jim Brown. Although my running backs get really shaky, like whether people agree with it, Adrian Peterson's my RB1 all time. And then I have Barry Sanders, but I have AP as my 1. That dude in the 2000s won an MVP as a running back. Like that is the GOAT runner of the football. Frank Gore is in my running back top 5 for longevity.
Frank Gore's a mate. I love me some Frank Gore.
Anyway,
What you know about Bill's Frank Gore?
Let me move on to some other names. I probably won't get through all 10.
Bull.
I'm probably not going to get through all 10 names, but that's okay. Jamal Charles.
Overrated.
Whoa.
Overrated. He is. Listen.
Yeah.
Elite fantasy football player.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
awesome
as
in
soon
his
as I
own
heard him, I
right.
thought fantasy.
But and I understand people who probably watched him are gonna kill us. Chiefs fans are gonna kill us. He's not, he's not CJ2K. He's not like
Though. There's a couple running backs from like that same era too that like maybe were like good for a little bit, but like guys like is it Melvin Gordon, Chargers?
Melvin Gordon. Yeah,
I
I
mean
was just
like
gonna say Melvin Gordon.
yeah
I was thinking like
yeah
Melvin
like I
Gordon, like
mean
Philip Lindsay, and
Oh,
yeah
Philip
like
Lindsay.
really short couple seasons, but I mean their peak, like the little peak that they had, was really fun to watch.
oh, that's probably who the running back was when I was talking about Brandon Marshall earlier. It was either probably Melvin Gordon or a young Eckler. I don't know. It depends on what
Real
the
ball knowers know
year
that
was.
Danny Woodhead was
Danny
the
Woodhead,
OG
man.
Chargers GOAT.
But
And he also played on the Patriots
Yeah.
too, but
Jamal
we don't talk
Charles,
about
Jamal
that.
Charles is great. That's another highlight guy, and he's more so, I guess, a fantasy football guy. Could you imagine if he played with Mahomes?
Oh, cheer. Dude, could you imagine if they kept Kareem Hunt?
Imagine they replaced the same offense with that rookie Kareem Hunt. Imagine it was Jamal Charles.
That would
instead.
be ridiculous. Fact is, they got Mahomes and Kareem Hunt in the same draft.
It's insane. Okay, here's one. John Elway. He's
The
overrated.
old heads love John Elway.
He's
Old heads
overrated.
love John. You see
if
the
you
thing
ever,
going around
if you saw
TikTok
him in
right
the
now?
news recently, what are
you
you
say?
talking about, Nate?
That's why.
I'm talking
Speak of in
about
the
his
news, I
agent
almost
friend.
put Brett Favre on here, but I didn't want to talk about him because he just robs poor people.
Well, I was talking about the fact that he like low key almost killed his agent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's another one, dude.
I was gonna talk about the fact that there's
He's
a
overrated.
guy out there that says John Elway is better than any quarterback that is currently playing football of the new generation. He said they basically better than Mahomes, better than Allen,
Who
better
said
than
that?
Lamar. You can go find it on TikTok. It's this dude. I don't remember. I don't know his name off the top of my head, and it's pissing me off. But
It's a Broncos.
he was in
fan.
like a debate. He was in a debate with someone. There was a guy that said like that he played either with or against Elway, and there's like that's cool and all, but no, he's not better than Josh fucking Allen. Like, you kidding me?
I don't know, dude,
I think he is.
he's
I think
overrated.
he's a little overrated.
Do you know
I
how
think he's a
long
little
it took him to
overrated.
get going? And I know his teams were buns at the start, and I know he won his ring, but he's
He
like.
had a running back that is literally nicknamed TD.
Do you
There's a reason.
remember Peyton Manning's start to his career the first couple years?
How bad it was.
Imagine that, but like elongated. Again, I didn't watch him play. Obviously, I'm 20 years old. I didn't watch the dude play in real time. But to my understanding of the game of football and his career, it took him a minute to kick into gear, and he's not.
The worst thing
he's
John
not even
Elway ever did
close.
was not draft Josh Allen.
Yeah, he's not even close to the best QB of his class in Dan Marino, in my opinion, in terms of talent.
Dan Marino is arguably a top 5 quarterback of all time.
If he had a ring, he'd be number 2.
Arguably.
If he had a ring, he would.
Oh,
be
yeah,
if
multiple-
Dan Marino
John
had a ring,
Elway-
he would be QB2 all time.
John
Easily.
Elway not only finished John Elway finished his career with a passing touchdown to interception ratio of 300 to 226, but he threw over 10 touchdowns every single year that he was in the league. His third year in the NFL, he threw 22 touchdowns to 23 interceptions.
Dan Marino's best player, although Dan Marino being the best player to never win a ring. My dad thinks
He had
Phillip
some
Rivers.
studs.
My dad thinks it's
He
Phillip
had some
Rivers.
studs.
He looked it up. Dan Marino and
Oh,
Phillip
Phillip
Rivers in their
Rivers.
career, they have their games played is like it's like 344 to 342 or so. It's like 2 games played difference, so you can compare their career stats identically.
My
And
God.
pretty much everything slightly favors Rivers, but context matters with that. Phillip Rivers had far and away the better offensive systems throughout his career.
Marino's
Marino's
injuries.
Yeah.
Dan Marino's injuries.
Well, no, because
I
it's the same
think-
numbers at games played though. So that's why I'm
Well,
saying. I
think it's more impressive in a way because Dan Marino came back from an Achilles tear.
Yeah, and
He still
Phillip
put up-
Rivers had much better teams.
John Elway also only had over a 60% completion percentage twice.
Elway, it took
I'm
him really
looking-
long to get into gear, and
3
that
times,
ring
3
really
times.
saves him. That ring really saves
He
him.
finished
and the
with
fact
a
that,
56.9 career completion percentage.
and I think part of it was like the Denver Broncos were just before Elway were just like
I mean,
it was
he
just
threw for a lot of yards that year, but he threw 25 touchdowns to 10 interceptions.
he was just there's a lot of generational bias to his name, and he's obviously still a great player in his own right, and that run is amazing.
Mhm.
But I still think he's slightly overrated. Okay.
The year. Hold up.
I have.
Was it
I'll do 3 more names. Or we'll start with actually. I'll do. We have to get on time here. I'll do one more name, and it's a hot one for this pod. Jim Kelly.
overrated?
Overrated.
He is.
Overrated.
You
He's
can't-
I
overrated.
don't want
You
to
can't
admit
go 4 straight Super Bowls and lose.
it.
I mean, I'm
can't
sorry.
win in a single one.
I can't say that out loud to the wrong people around this town, or I'll get shot. But not only that, dude, Jim Kelly had. Jim
my
Kelly
God.
is
He
damn
didn't
near.
want to be a Bill.
Jim Kelly is damn near a system quarterback.
Jim Kelly didn't want to even be a Bill.
He never,
No,
and
he
he never
didn't.
had these ridiculous numbers. And he also had some of the best offensive systems of his generation. Could you imagine Josh Allen with Thurman Thomas and Andre Reed?
It's Thermos Thomas, actually.
What?
Thermos
It's
Thomas.
a meme.
and
It's
Grape
Thermos
Davis.
Thomas, Grape Davis.
Oh, yeah, Grape Davis.
You know,
they
and I kind
scanned
of was
his
wanting
brain.
to watch. I was kind of wanting to watch that series for the past like 2 weeks, but
They
I can't.
scanned his. Oh yeah, because we keep losing.
Haven't won, so I gotta wait a month.
Well, I could give another name then if we're all in consensus about Jim Kelly. Eli Manning.
Properly rated.
He's yeah. You don't beat the GOAT twice in the Super Bowl.
Properly.
I don't care what you do in your career. He's maybe even a little. No, he's underrated actually, because so many people try and tell me that he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
That's ridiculous.
No, he's a.
He beat Brady twice. It's not a fluke if you do it twice in the Super Bowl. That is unheard of. He has that forever. And I understand that he had his fair share of, really shitty games. And towards the end of his career, he was horrible. Like, I get
The
that.
Giants in general.
Yeah,
too.
but then
But
he's
so
the
were
guy
the
that
Giants,
brought in
exactly.
Daniel Jones.
And he still beat Brady twice in the Super Bowl, and he's in a really stacked QB draft class, is still able to hold his own. Never was on any like super ridiculous teams, and has 2 rings, and has the resume, and has the volume stats, and has a last name to live up to, which he did, and all of these great things. And people want to deny him his gold jacket. I think if anything, he's maybe even a little bit underrated, but definitely at least.
I don't want to I don't want to backtrack to John Elway. I just find it hilarious that when he won his Super Bowl in '98, his running back just happened to have one of the best single season, like at the time, running like seasons when Terrell Davis went for like 2,008 yards and 21 touchdowns. I think
Who do you guys think's higher all time between Elway and Eli Manning?
Manning.
Elway and who?
Elway
Manning?
and Eli Manning, yeah.
Manning.
Eli Manning.
I
Eli Manning's
agree. A lot of the
Super
old heads
Bowls,
are going to
come
kill
on.
us. My
Super Bowls are by far more impressive.
Pops, if you see this, I don't know if you'll agree. See with my uncle, but dude, Eli Manning is.
Dude, I mean, not that it mattered,
I
but
love
the
Eli
one
Manning.
Super
I'm an
Bowl
Eli
literally,
Manning truther, man. He's a good quarterback. He's a great.
Tom Brady literally was throwing balls to Chad Ochocinco in the Super Bowl, man.
It's not ridiculous. He was.
No, it's not. It's true.
the
I mean,
helmet-
sure,
the helmet-
Ochocinco, he had to adapt to the Patriot way so he wasn't like an insane receiver anymore. But
Yeah.
like, it's still Ochocinco.
The helmet catch.
I mean, Ochocinco was one of those guys, dog, especially in that era. Like, come on.
I'll do one more name for shits and giggles, just real quick. Matt Ryan, because that was the last one I had on here.
Ooh.
No.
Who said that?
I can't say that.
Who said that?
I'm a Matt
Turn
Ryan guy.
off.
I'm a Matt Ryan guy, man. He's underrated.
Torn Ross, do you not remember 2016?
Matt Ryan's career
do.
stats are in a QB generation of like all these great names, and Matt Ryan is always up there with the best of them. In all these seasons, he's always up there with the best of them in the best generation of QBs we've ever seen.
I will say though, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with where, like, I think he's properly, maybe even slightly underrated.
I think he's
But,
underrated because a lot of people think he's
I mean,
overrated.
it does help. It does help a little bit when you have Julio Jones and Roddy White.
Sure.
But I'm not gonna say.
Julio
I mean,
Jones,
and
Roddy
you also
White.
have the short prime of Calvin Ridley on the Falcons.
You have what Devontae
They got
Freeman,
fucking banned.
and then even some other
Mr.
guys like
Cooper.
Mohamed Sanu. Like he had
Taylor
great
Gabriel.
playmakers, sure, but it's still
Tevin
like
Coleman. Oh
his-
my gosh,
Tevin Coleman. Yo,
Oh my gosh,
Oh my
2016
God.
Tevin Coleman. Oh,
if Matt Ryan has this ring, this obviously isn't even a discussion, and that's something that really holds
yeah,
him back. But
the ring.
dude, I'm a Matt Ryan guy, man. I love
Oh.
Matt Ryan.
I like Matt
I
Ryan.
love
No,
me
I
some
like-
Matt
I like-
Ryan. Matt Ryan has such a pretty
love me.
ball, and I know it sucks that he went out with
Seeing Matt Ryan
went
in
out
a
with a
Colts jersey
turd.
never
yeah.
looked right on me.
He went out with a turd with the Colts, and it sucks. But I mean, at the end of the day, he ignited. He
Phillip
was
Rivers.
he was the Scottie Pippen to Julio Jones, Michael Jordan. Like he helped a top 5 receiver of all time be what he was.
Yeah.
And there's maybe not a lot of other guys that could fill those shoes. Atlanta, that Atlanta offense was always high horsepower under Matt Ryan. And Matt Ryan had his fair share of bad years as well, but a lot of QBs did in that time. Phillip Rivers did. Ben Roethlisberger did. Eli Manning did. Peyton Manning did. Aaron Rodgers and Brady, not really. I mean, even somewhat, but even they were like, they're kind of anyway.
I'm Aaron Rodgers.
That was a fun game. I'll include that. I want to include that with John. So I'll come up with some more names.
Ask John
next
about
time.
Herschel Walker.
Oh my God, John. Yeah, don't ask John about Herschel Walker, John Elway. I should have saved that for him or Joe Namath as well. But pick'ems to close out the pod this week. I've closed the gap on Torn.
It's
Orange trash.
stupid. It's
Right
I'm
now,
in front of you. What are you talking about?
We're
Orange
tied
trash.
at 64, 28,
Four.
and 1. I won the pick'ems this
Only
week,
by
and I
4.
got 2 games on them. 60, 32, and 1 for Nate. 56, 36, and 1 for John. 59, 33, and 1 for Jake. Pick'ems are close.
I would
This week-
argue that this is another week of Torn just taking the favorites.
This week, let's go through first.
What?
Let's go through this. Okay. I'll go through everyone we all are in agreement of. And if I cut out at any point, I don't know. Has the cutting out been like really bad?
No.
No, it's not crazy consistent.
It's
Okay.
not bad.
Sorry. It was probably because I was blowing
Wait,
into my
John
mic
has
before the
pick'ems?
pod started.
Nate, where's your 820 game?
Yeah, pick Falcons or 49ers, buddy.
Oh shoot! I just did not see that. Obviously, I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers. Duh.
As he picks. Okay. We're all in agreement
As he
with
picks
Steelers
the
over
Falcons.
Bengals, Bears over Saints, Patriots over Titans, Eagles over Vikings, Broncos. No, we're not. Cowboys over Commanders, Packers over Cardinals, and Seahawks over Texans. Some deferring picks to start. Nate has the Jags over the Rams. Let's be timely with this.
They're in
because
London.
We're on time. That's why I almost picked them.
It's an overseas Jags game. Come on.
That's okay. It's fair enough.
Come on.
I do actually want to hear you out on Browns over Dolphins, though. Now they're
I
both
hate
1 and 5.
It's as simple as that. I hate the Dolphins, and the Dolphins would find a way to lose this game. It's as simple as that. Myles Garrett's gonna eat Tua and take his lunch money. I don't know.
If I will tell you right, if they
He's gonna
lose
what?
this, if they lose, take his lunch money. Did you say?
Oh, yeah,
He's gonna eat
take
him?
Tua's lunch money.
He is
Yeah,
gonna
oh
eat
yeah,
him.
he's gonna eat him,
Listen,
and then take his lunch money.
if they do lose to
Him over the
if they
helmet.
lose to Dylan Gabriel, Mike McDaniel is fired. Just so we're clear.
Oh, 100%.
There's
dude.
no shot that. Anyway, And if that's the case, also I saw this earlier. Chiefs fans want him as their OC if Nagy leaves to go coach somewhere else.
Oh dear God, help
They want
us
Mike
all.
McDaniel. Good luck with that.
Help us
Anyway,
all.
we all also have Chiefs over Raiders. Sorry, I didn't. I forgot.
Come
to
on,
mention
Brandon.
that.
What
And
happened to
Patriots
you
over
saying the Raiders are
Titans.
going to beat the Chiefs?
As much as I want to, you know,
Gino,
they will drop a game to Las Vegas. Unfortunately, this isn't played on a holiday. For some reason, Aiden O'Connell beat Mahomes twice on a major holiday. I think it was Christmas or Thanksgiving twice.
And then Thanksgiving.
He has 2 wins in his career over Mahomes on a major holiday. It's insane. At Arrowhead as well, I believe, both games.
Yeah, both games. One was Christmas, one was Thanksgiving.
If I'm remembering that correctly. If not, well, the Raiders actually no. I think the Raiders might have blown one of them or something. I don't know, but he always gives Mahomes. He would always give Mahomes trouble, and I know he won at least one of the games. Okay. Torrin has me and Nate. Actually, we need to talk about this because me and Nate have the Jets getting their first win over the Carolina Panthers.
There's no way you guys are serious.
It is the most Panthers thing of all time for them to be on this huge tear, win 2 games in a row, and then lose to the Jets.
But if they win, they have a winning record.
Quarterback that had
and that's why I can't pick them, because why would the Panthers have a winning record?
Because they're legit now. And
no, they're not.
Quarterback
no,
in the future.
They're not legit.
Hear this. You still act like, as bad as the Jets have been, you act like the Jets just have some like incapable sense of playing defense against like
they're
like,
due.
You know, like
they're due.
They're
I
due,
think they're
dude.
due, but I
And
just don't
home.
think it's against the
They
Panthers.
always give people trouble in MetLife.
At home.
Think about the MetLife
I
Bills.
wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, dude, if Rico Dowdle gets fucking hurt this game because of where they're playing.
If he tears his ACL here,
I try to. Oh, that would be horrible. I try to pick a major upset a week, and this was what I wanted to go with as well. So that's probably another reason. But
I just don't see it. I don't see Justin Fields getting more than 14 points as an offense.
Fair enough.
I just don't.
Nate. Dude.
Buddy, what?
Dude.
That's gutsy.
I'm standing on business. It's time to stand on business.
Nate.
Dart, baby.
I'm right there with you.
It's yes, baby. Come to the Jackson Dart side. Come to the Jackson Dart side.
I think Bo Nix' ass. And I'm tired of acting like Bo Nix is a good. Bo Nix fucking sucks. He's so bad. I just watched him. I just watched Bo Nix almost lose to the Jets. I watched the whole game. He was terrible, and I'm not gonna stand for it. Tor, why are you pointing at me? Bo Nix sucks. He sucks.
He may not be great. He sucks. But he is not beating Jackson Dart. Or no, Jackson Dart.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He's not beating Jackson Dart, so pick the Giants. Come on. Do it.
Dude, I've been talking up the Giants and I've never picked them. It's time for no, Torn. You stick with your favorites. No, Torn. You can keep no, we're gonna lose out now. We're gonna lose this now because Torn just switched. It's just look at the bad karma that has come over to us.
But I don't know. I agree.
Then that means it goes in John's favor.
All right, here's
listen. Right. I have to finally stand on business with the Giants, though.
Yeah.
Why am I the only one that has disagreements in picks? We both picked the Cowboys.
Because you only picked the favorites.
It's true.
I still think that the 49ers beat the Falcons, though. I'm riding with Mac Jones and the fact that Christian McCaffrey is top 5 running back this year.
Do you think Brock? Well, man, but the Falcons got the RB1.
If Brock Purdy plays this week, I think that hurts the 49ers.
That's what I'm saying. You think Purdy's going to play this week? If so, that's going to hurt. Mac Jones. I still think Mac Jones is better right now. Especially with if Purdy seems to have this lingering turf toe because like he play for a week and then go away.
Brock Purdy just didn't look. He hasn't looked like Brock Purdy in the games that we've seen him play.
That's who.
But Nate, imagine a game where he's got
the fade.
And also, San Fran has too many injuries. Fred Warner's got carded. Like Nick Bosa's on IR. George Kittle's on IR.
McCaffrey and Kendrick Bourne. He's going to make Kendrick Bourne look good again, and he's going to have 100 yards.
I think Mac Jones is lighting up Kendrick Bourne because they had a prior connection.
Only
in
Mac
New
Jones
England,
could do that.
100%.
Brock Purdy ain't doing
100%.
that. Brock
That's what I'm
Purdy ain't
saying,
doing that.
man. I think it's a Mac
He
Jones
looked in
thing.
New England.
I don't know. That's a tough game.
Hey, Brandon.
I barely have Atlanta.
Brandon.
I'm
Brandon's
gonna
the only one that took the Chargers.
I was gonna say I took Chargers over the Colts.
Oh, hello. I'm riding with Daniel Jones. Danny Dimes.
No, the AFC has to remain competitive. The Chargers are gonna go on. The Chargers are a streaky team that's gonna win some, lose, win, and those things. And the Colts just are due. They almost just lost the Arizona Cardinals, and the last time we saw the Colts face a higher powered offense. In the Rams, they lost. The Chargers obviously aren't the level of offense the Rams are, but they still are a very good offense. It's unfortunate that they don't have much of a run game right now, which kind of makes this a little hard, and I don't trust their defense to stop Jonathan Taylor, so I think it'll be a shootout. They're at home. It's something that I just at the end of the day just got to go with my gut. And there's a few times where Herbert will pull a win out of his ass, and he's 1-2 in his last 3, so I'll give it to him. He
bounce back.
He had because he's coming off a win, but an ugly one against the Dolphins where he didn't have a great game. I don't know. I feel like it'll be a really good game though. That's a really good 4:05 game. But I got the Chargers winning, probably close. And lastly, I'm the only one to pick the Lions at home against the Bucks.
Go Bucks.
Like I was talking about earlier. The Bucks are
Baker.
probably the Bucks
18
are
hours.
the Bucks are on a gauntlet, and it's unfortunate. I just want to say I just think they're due, and I think that
27 days,
Detroit's due
friend.
to bounce back just as much as Tampa is to lose. So both of those now it could be a double negative, and it means that neither of the things happen. It very well could be the case, but in this game I just took the home team because this is going to be a very telling game for the state of the NFC. Especially if Tampa wins more so than if Detroit wins. And I'm still not the hugest Detroit. I think we're slightly overrating Detroit. But I still have the Lions here because they really need to bounce back. And if they don't, then maybe my regression take from week 1 isn't so far off. We shall see.
I just want to say, guys, we have 18 hours and a little bit around 36 minutes until we get to watch the Buffalo Sabres lose to the Ottawa Senators.
Not looking forward to it.
Don't say that. We are all rocking jerseys too. Nate, Jack, and I are all rocking Dylan Cousins jerseys.
Well, I gotta get a jersey from Jack.
I can't wait. Dylan Cousins is playing on that ice, just not for us.
Yeah, in red jerseys. Why are the Sabres wearing white at home?
I don't know.
Dude, it's just like how it was in like the mid 2000s and like 90s and 70s.
Why?
And
You know,
all
if they
that.
brought out the red and black and the
They're not
white,
doing that until like November.
I'm talking the
Throwback
white
Thursday.
jersey.
Well, a team that needs to not wear alternate jerseys is the Buffalo Bills. Anyway,
Dear God, help us.
help
I
the
like the
Bills,
Reds.
folks. That is going to do it.
He's got a red jersey in the background.
For episode 6, where I do. For episode 6, where we recap week 6 and look towards week 7. 6-7.
Really hitting the gritty.
6-7, 6-7.
Check out all the socials in the description. Leave a like, subscribe, listen to the other episodes. Listen on Spotify.
6-7.
At any point, share with a friend. Whether you like our takes, whether you think we're boring, whether you think we're delusional, just throw us on in the background. Share with a
I'm
friend.
not delusional.
Share with a friend that you think would like the pod that's into football. Leave your guys' opinions on our takes. Leave takes that you'd want us to review on the pod in the comments. Anything like that. We really appreciate it. Feedback, any community engagement. Positive or negative, any engagement's better than none. So voice your thoughts. We'd love to hear them. And especially if you made it this far in the video, we really appreciate that because not a lot of people do. So we appreciate that as always. Appreciate you guys for listening. Hopefully the Bills can bounce back. We have a bye week this week, so it'll be nice to not have Bills football and not have a Bills game to talk about in next week's pod. We shall see what happens. The NFL is getting crazy.
If this video hits 20 likes somehow, if you guys do your job, next video we'll insert a video of myself randomly during the podcast doing the whip and nay dance for 5 seconds.
I'm sharing this video to everyone I know now. All right. Take care, fellas. We will see you next week.